students, this is Nisha Parekh from Saraswati International Academy. Today I am going to teach Environmental Studies of Class 4. Chapter 4, the story of Amrita. So before starting the story, let us see the summary of this lesson. This is a story of a girl called Amrita. She lived in the village Khejari. Do you know where the Khejari village is? It is in Rajasthan. So let us locate where the Rajasthan in this map. So it is over here. So this is Rajasthan, the desert area where you find the Khejari tree. Khejari tree is found mainly in desert area. It can grow without much water. Its bark is used for making medicines. People cook and eat it fruits, that is beans. Its wood is such that it will not be affected by insects. Animals in this area eat the leaves of the khejari. Amrita would you get up early every morning and greet her friends, the trees. She would choose a special tree for the day and put her arms around the trunk and whisper, "Friend, you are strong and beautiful. You care for us. I love you very much." Like Amrita, other children also have special tree. Okay students, can you tell me importance of a tree? Here, you have a desert area and dense forest area. Which one would you like to go? Yes, we would like to go with dense forest area. Plants provide us with many products that are essential for our survival, right from fruits, wood and oxygen. We are totally dependent on plant for our living. Time went by. Amrita was now grown up and one day she went to greet her trees. She saw some strangers in her village. They have axes in their hand. They said that king had sent them to cut the trees for wood. Wood was needed to build the king's palace. Amrita was shocked. She went near the trees that men were about to cut. She put her arms around the tree and hugged it tightly. The men shouted at her, but Amrita did not let the trees cut. The men had to follow king's order. They had to cut the trees. On seeing this, all gathered and hugged these trees. You can see in this picture, all are hugging the trees and standing. Many of the villagers died while saving the trees. The trees, when the king heard of this, he cannot believe and visited the village. He saw that the villagers have sacrificed their life for trees. The villager love towards the trees influenced king. He ordered no trees would be cut and no animals harmed in the area. Even today, the people of this area protect trees and animals. So we should save our environment as much as possible. This was the summary of the lesson. Now we'll start with the reading. This is a story from long ago. Jodhpur is located in Rajasthan. Near it lies a village called Khejari. Why is this village named Khejari? The village got its name because of Khejari trees grown there. So there are a lot of khejari trees grown there. That's why this village got the name as Khejari. The people of village took great care of plants, trees and animals. So here people living, they take care of plants, trees and animals. They used to say, if trees are there, then only we can survive. So they used to tell that if there are trees, then only we can survive. Amrita would get up early every morning and greet her friends, the trees. So Amrita, she would used to get up early morning and greet her friends, that is trees. She would choose a special tree for the day and put her arms around the tree trunk and whisper. So she would used to choose the tree of the day and she put her arm around the tree trunk and she would used to whisper, "Friend, you are strong and beautiful. You care for us. I love you very much. Make me also like you." So she used to tell, "You are so strong and beautiful. You care for us. I love you very much. Make me also like you." Like Amrita, other children also had their special trees. So not only Amrita but the other children in that village also has a special tree. They would play for hours in shade of the trees. So they would used to play for hours in shade of trees. Is there a place near your house, school or along the roadside where trees have been planted? So near your school or somewhere, do you see many trees planted? Yes, we see many trees planted. Why do we plant trees? Why do we plant trees? Plants help to clean the air we breathe, gives us fruits, vegetables and woods. That's why we plant the trees. Have you seen anyone watering plants? Who does this? So near your school, on side the road, who water the plants? Yes, some people were watering the plants. They are employed as gardeners. So gardeners of that area water the plants. Have you seen fruits on any of the tree? Who eats this fruit? So have you seen fruits on any of the tree? Yes, we have seen fruits. Who eat that fruits? Some birds eat, animals eat, or we all eat. Lalita feels that grass and small plants grow near her school wall have not been planted by anyone. Do you know of any place where grass, small plants or trees are growing on their own without being planted by anyone? So you have to see your surrounding and see that have you seen any plant or grass or small trees growing on their own without planting by anyone. Why do these trees grow here? What do you feel? So why these trees grow here? They are naturally grown. Next, trees in danger. Time went by. Amrita was now grown up. So as the time went, Amrita she became adult. One day she went to greet her trees. She saw some strangers there. So one day when she went to greet her trees, she saw some strangers near the trees. They had axes with them. So they have axe in their hand. They said that the king had sent them to cut the trees for wood. So they said that the king has sent them to cut the wood for making or building palace. Amrita was shocked. She went to the tree that the men were about to cut. So she was shocked and she went to the tree that the men were about to cut. She put her arms around the tree and hugged it tightly. So what did she do? She went near the trees and she hugged it tightly. The men shouted and taunted her. So the men started shouting at her. But Amrita did not let go the tree. So she did not let the men to cut the tree. The king's men had to follow his order. But these king's men had to follow the king's order. They had to cut the tree. So what they have to? They have to cut the tree. Once seeing this, Amrita's daughter and hundreds of the villagers, old and young, hugged the trees to protect them. So not only Amrita but her daughter and the villagers, men and women, old, young, everyone started protecting the trees. Many people, including Amrita and her daughter, died saving trees. So many people, including Amrita and her daughter, died saving the trees. When the king heard of this, he could not believe that people gave up their life for the trees. So by listening this, the king, he did not believe that people can give their life for saving the trees. He visited the village himself. So he came to the village by himself. There he saw the deep feeling of the villagers towards the trees and animals. So there he saw the deep feeling of the villagers towards the trees and animals. Do you remember what the elders of this village used to say? What the elders of this village used to say? It was on first page. If there are no tree, we cannot survive. Do you think we would survive if there were no trees and no animals? What do you think? Can we survive without trees and animals? No, we cannot. The village is protected. The villagers' strong feelings for trees affected the kings greatly. So, the strong feeling of protecting the trees of the villagers affected the king. He ordered that from then no tree would be cut and no animal would be harmed in that area. So what he ordered, from that time no trees or no animals should be harmed in that area. Every day almost 300 years passed. So after 300 years, the people of this area called Vishnuis continue to protect plants and animals. So the people in that area called Vishnuis continue to protect plants and animals. Even though in the middle of the desert the area is green and animals roam about freely without any fear. Even though the Rajasthan is desert area, but this area is green and animals roam everywhere without fear. Now let us discuss why do people hunt? What is hunt? Hunt is killing. So why do people kill? To eat for filling their stomach. There are rules against hunting of some animals. People can be punished for hunting. Why are such punishments imposed? So there are few punishments if we find hunting any animals. So why do they punish? Provision for this punishment has been made to save animals. To save animals, they started punishing the people who are hunting. Which bird did they see? So you have to talk to your grandparents and ask them which bird did they see around them when they were young age. So when they were of your age, which birds they would used to see, you have to ask your grandparents. For example, like crow, sparrow, parrot, these all birds they would also used to see. As the number of some birds of these birds became less, so as the year passed, the number of birds became less. Yes. Are these some birds or animals which they cannot see? So, are there some birds or animals which cannot see? That is the little buster and the cheetah, which we cannot find. Shanti's grandparents told her that when he was small child, he saw more birds like sparrows and myna than he see today. Can you tell the reason why their number has become less? So Shanti's grandfather, when he was small, he would used to see sparrows and myna. But nowadays we have seen the number of these birds have decreased. Why? Hunting and cutting down of trees are two main reasons. So hunting and cutting down of trees are the two reasons by which this bird's number has been decreasing. Next, the khejari tree was the most common tree that grew in Amrita's village. So khejari tree is the common tree which has been grown in Amrita's village. Which kind of tree can you see the most in your area. Name 2 of such trees. So seeing your area, you have to write 2 trees names in the blank given. And find out more about these trees from your elders. So not only seeing and writing which tree you find, but you have to find out more about the trees and you have to write. For example, in my area I see mango tree, so I will write about mango tree. Mango trees is a big tree. It is usually start flowering in the month of March. Its fruit starts ripening from the month of May. Mango is very tasty fruit. Its branches are used for firewood. Mango's timber is used to make furniture also. So like this you have to see your surrounding, which trees you find the most and write about that. The khejdi tree is found mainly in desert areas. So as we have seen that whole lesson, this is the small summary. Again, it can grow without much water. So this khejdi tree is found in desert area. It can grow without much water. Its barks is used for making medicines. So its barks are used for making medicines. People cook and eat it fruit beans. So people cook and eat it fruits. Its wood is such that it will not be affected by insects. So to its wood there is no insect affecting. Animals in this area eat the leaves of khejadi and children like you play into it in its shade. So animals eat the leaves of this khejadi tree and people like you play in its shade. Thank you for today. The rest will notes will continue in next part.